you're thinking about getting a heat pump, it's a good idea, but there is one specific size of house, the range, that is very beneficial. And I'm going to explain to you what that size of house is and why, from a financial standpoint, it makes much more sense to buy a heat pump than it is an air conditioner. It doesn't matter what size of house you have. When the time comes that you need an air conditioner, it's a really good idea to see what your options are for heat pumps. This is the thing that a lot of people don't realize, is that when you're sizing a heat pump, it's based on a lot of variables. The proper way of doing it is to take the square footage and to take the heat loss and to take a few other things into account. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to roughly around the size of the house. And as long as your airflow and your ductwork can handle the heat pump. But providing that's the case, there is one size of house that is hugely beneficial compared to other sizes, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why. If you have a smaller house, it's still beneficial to have a heat pump. If you have an extremely large house, still beneficial to have a heat pump. But if you have that house that's kind of like the in-between house, it's between roughly around 2,000 square feet and 3,000, roughly, give or take. And if you're in that ballpark, the heat pumps, compared to an air conditioner, from a financial standpoint, is going to be much more beneficial for you just to go ahead and get a heat pump. The reason being is most people are looking between a 13 to 15 SEER rating. That's the energy efficiency rating. So a 13 SEER, let's say a 2.5 ton or 3 ton is going to cost you $5,500, $5,000 to $5,500, just giving rough estimates of average systems. And if you're into the 3 tons, it's going to be $5,500 to $6,500 range. And like I said, there's systems that go more than that, and there's systems that are slightly less, but that's around the ballpark. Now, a heat pump, they come in at 9,000, sometimes more for that range. But there's a lot of incentives that are going on. I know my company and a few other companies have really good incentives going on, and that price usually gets down to roughly between the $7,500 to the $8,500 range. With the government rebates, for a 3-ton unit, you're getting almost $1,500. Well, it should be $1,500, but by the time they do the calculations and everything, sometimes it's a little bit less. But you're getting about $1,500 back from the government for having that heat pump. Now, this video is only going to be reflective while these rebates are on. Once the rebates get taken out, then of course we're not going to have this conversation. But while the rebates are here, now you're in the ballpark of what a air conditioner is. So you might as well go with the heat pump, because the heat pump is going to be a lot more efficient compared to a 13, 14, even a 15 SEER air conditioner, even a 16 SEER, because heat pumps are between 18 to 20 SEER ratings on average. So that's a massive increase in the efficiency for your cooling season. So that's a massive benefit. That alone is enough to give you the reason to buy the heat pump. The other point is it's a heat pump. Now you have a backup source of heat, or you have a heating appliance for the winter as well. And the other thing is, it's usually much quieter, much smaller, and they're cold climate rated, which means they're built for cold climates. It means the metals are a little bit thicker. They usually spray coat them with extra coatings to help protect against the harsh winters. Whereas an air conditioner, when you buy an air conditioner, you're buying the same air conditioners that are sold in California, Florida, Texas, all of those states. The same air conditioners are being sold up here. Cold climate heat pumps are going to be more durable. And we don't know yet, but I'm forecasting them to last longer than the average 10 to 13 year lifespan of an air conditioner. So still, once again, both a small house, large house, still worth it to have a heat pump for various reasons. But the sweet spot is between a 2,000 square foot home and roughly 3,000, give or take. I'm JC, the HVAC veteran. If you have any questions on this or any other topic, and feel free to leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Until my next video, talk to you later.